The BBC edited Trump's January 6th speech to make him look like he incited an insurrection, and they got caught. If you haven't noticed by now, Trump, just by his very existence, continues to expose the media's dirty tricks. And this time, it's the BBC on the chopping block. Everybody knows what happened on January 6th. How could you not? It was blasted all across every major network. Donald Trump incited an insurrection. The same messaging was literally everywhere. But when I hear a choir of the same messaging, I get suspicious. And I have to dig deeper because coordinated messaging usually means there's a line they don't want you to cross. Because if there's one thing I learned about the media, it's that you can be assured when they're coordinated on something, there just might be a grain of falsehood there. And before you think this is about defending Trump, it's not. This is about exposing the tactic. Because if you don't learn how to spot the tactic, you'll keep being reactive and passive with these types of stories. And I don't know about you, but I prefer to make up my own mind, even and maybe especially about a figure like Donald Trump. This week, a story dropped from our friends across the pond. The BBC took a play right out of America's playbook and ran a documentary about Donald Trump last year, just 1 month before our election. The documentary was called Trump, A Second Chance, and it aired in October of 2024. Now, here's where this story behind the documentary gets interesting. A whistleblower memo from a former BBC advisor exposed the BBC by revealing that they spliced separate parts of Trump's speech together to create, and I would argue perpetuate, the incitement narrative. Here's the Telegraph reporting on it.
The Telegraph has seen a letter that reveals one of the BBC's own independent advisors repeatedly warned that the broadcaster had serious and systemic problems. A week before the US election, BBC Panorama released a documentary called Trump, A Second Chance, and in it, they played the following clip.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you, and we fight. We fight like hell.
But Trump didn't, in fact, say this at all. The BBC spliced together two clips that took place 54 minutes apart. So let's go through it again.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you.
Now, see there, between Capitol and, that's a cut. Here's what Trump actually said.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women.
It's different. It wasn't until nearly an hour later that he then said the second part of the BBC's version.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we fight. We fight like hell.
Now, it's true that a lot of people will still feel Trump's claims that in 2021 the election was stolen were entirely inappropriate and unbecoming of a figure in politics. But irrespective of your personal views on Trump, the question remains, how is a national broadcaster funded by taxpayers on the premise that it will provide impartial reporting allowed to splice together content in a way that one of its own advisors said materially misled viewers?
Did you catch what happened there? Now, here's why this matters. This isn't just sloppy editing. This is filmmaking and storytelling weaponized. The media isn't just reporting facts. They're choosing which scenes to keep, which to cut, and when to cue your outrage. That's not journalism. That's direction. And speaking of filmmaking in journalism, the story doesn't stop there.
The footage Panorama showed of the Proud Boys marching towards the Capitol building, seemingly spurred on by Trump's rousing speech, well, that was actually taken before he'd even addressed the crowd. In fact, the BBC themselves later published a report at odds with Panorama's own timeline.
These are the Proud Boys, another right-wing militia, seen a little earlier that morning.
Howdy, your boy!
Donald Trump will not appear for another hour or so, but they're already heading towards the Capitol.
They even time-stamped the footage to show that the march began at 10:58 a.m., well before Trump's midday speech. The true chronology raises serious questions about the way in which the BBC decided to portray the events of January the 6th. In fact, the memo highlights that shortly after the first extract of Trump's speech, the now president actually said,
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
The BBC advisor who wrote this report claimed Panorama's editing was completely misleading, as Trump did not explicitly exhort supporters to go down and fight at Capitol Hill. They even pointed out that this was a key reason why he didn't face federal charges for incitement to riot.
Did you catch that? The shot of the Proud Boys, which, by the way, I hope you caught the language referring to them as a right-wing militia, strong and intentionally damning words. The documentary showed them approaching the Capitol as a response to Trump's speech, when in reality that shot was actually shot before Trump's speech. From a filmmaker's perspective, let me tell you what's happening here. In film, we call this selective editing, cutting and rearranging to tell a specific story. But in politics, it becomes character assassination through narrative engineering. The BBC didn't just trim a line, they re-scripted the moment. They turned ambiguity into certainty, painted a villain using rhythm, tension, and omission, the same tools used in movie trailers and political ads. Consider this, in film and TV, you know the hero because of how they're presented, the screen time they get, their sympathetic backstory, and so on. In journalism, you rarely see what's left out. But what's left out is just as powerful as what's shown, and that omission becomes a framing device. This is cinematic journalism, and it's everywhere. It doesn't matter if it's Trump, climate activism, or whatever. The format is pick a character or a cause, pick a frame, edit out contradictions, build the emotion, and deliver the narrative. So the question becomes, whose narrative and why? Well, I definitely have my theories there, but I'd love to hear yours. Let me leave you with this. I'm a media and culture analyst, but I'm also just an American trying to navigate this world we live in. My channel is small, but my mission is big. I genuinely believe much of the division we're experiencing right now can be traced back in large part to our media environment, which only tells me we need more media literacy, critical thinking, and a space for left, right, and center to come together and sharpen our minds. If that sounds like music to your ears, and you, like me, want to continue to challenge your own beliefs and not give into tribalism, then please hit subscribe. I have a lot more I want to share with you. Until next time, stay curious and stay grounded. Thanks for watching. If you liked that video, check out this video next. And if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel. I drop a new video every week.